to do today.
Yeah, I know, Cass. We've always got heaps to do. I'm trying.
Well, obviously you're not trying because we're not actually getting anything done.
No, I am. It's just every...
Alright, we had our fun. Okay, White Thunder is over. Now here's where things start to fall off the face of the earth for a little bit.
You're not trying because we're not
No, I
actually
am.
getting
It's just
anything done.
everywhere.
The episode Leader of the Whack has them all switching personalities because of a space rock.
Why doesn't anyone make superhero costumes for Petite?
Don't even say it.
I will. Connor.
But all I really cared about for most of it is them cutting to Devin dancing like he's in the 70s for way too long because it wasn't funny, and all the filming errors. Like the actors just had the morphers already on as opposed to their Dino Gym cuffs sometimes, and it was a little distracting. Like, how do you miss that?
Huh?
Naturally, the Rangers destroy the rock at the end and everyone reverts back to normal. This episode feels extremely pointless when the next one starts. The space rock turned Trent good, which only amounts to him killing the monster at the end of the episode and leaving as if he was still evil, and then they used the rest of the rock to free Dr. O from the fossil. But the ice cream machine broke, so now he's out, but he can't power down. What?
I am so over that poser. We wanted to make a little deal of our own.
I don't make deals with posers.
Take that back!
The writing in this episode is so bad, dude. Oh my gosh.
I know, dude, but check it out. He's reformed.
Are you in there?
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'm really sorry for everything I've done to
Doesn't
you.
make a whole lot of sense.
I'm really trying to figure out if this is the worst episode of the show or a bully for Ethan. It's a fine line.
I kick the ball where I want to kick it.
Obviously everywhere except the net. That's it.
Mesogog infects Trent using a monster to change his nature, which, okay, sure, he's learning from what happened with the space rock in the last episode to see if he can change up his attitude himself. Cool. But the poison makes it to where Trent is on Mesogog's side for one deal, and he still has his I don't like you mentality and can leave at any point. What did you even put in him that didn't work, idiot?
12-stroke engine?
Yeah, sure is.
They don't make 12-stroke engines, Trent.
Mesogog doesn't make monsters that turn people nice either.
No! It's a trap!
Mesogog's plan was having Trent gift Dr. O a bugged ATV, and that's it? Man, are you kidding me? This episode is so stupid and every character is an idiot for no reason. Let me get this straight. Trent made a deal with Mesogog, pretending to let that monster turn him back into himself as a way of tricking them into taking the rigged ATV. Look, even Connor knows it's stupid and he is a moron.
If you needed help with girls, you just needed to ask.
I'm looking for something a little deeper than you're used to, bro.
Okay, so at this point, Trent's been fully taken over by the Dino Gym and can use its unique power to sneak into Mesogog's lair unseen. His new plan is to take Mesogog out for good so that he can rule over. This creates an interesting rivalry between him and Zeltrax because Zeltrax starts having like real emotions for Elsa, noticing that she kind of has a thing for Dr. O, and it's to the point where he basically shouts this out loud to no one but himself.
I will destroy Oliver, then I will have Elsa all to myself.
He wants to get rid of Tommy. Trent knows how to get to Tommy. They exchange deals, butt heads like siblings, and fight against each other.
Now that's scary. The giant fish man would give anyone nightmares. I'm gonna capture him.
That may be the dumbest idea you've had yet.
Watch your tongue.
Make me!
Mesogog finds out about Trent wanting to kill him, and so now Trent is stuck pretending to be on his side until he can make his move. Now, Anton's story gets a bit of focus too, and also a bit more tragic. You can see he's actively trying to rid himself of Mesogog, but ends up being stopped when he's on the verge of separation. It seems as though he's also being controlled more, and now his own son is suffering a similar fate, and maybe arguably even worse with how far along his attitude change has been. It's kinda scary.
How about a tape?
I was asked to join one just recently.
And?
They were losers. And I really don't see myself on a losing team. You can understand that, right?
Trent and Mercer have such a good bout of development happen though, and the episode copy that, and I love it a lot. Zeltrax frames Trent by having a monster copy his Drago sword and destroying the lab. When Mesogog learns of this, he straps Trent to a chair ready to... well, I don't know what this thing does, but I'm assuming a bad thing. I mean, Dr. O was trapped to it before. And when it starts, Mercer is able to take control and stop the harm being done to his son, which in turn causes the ice cream machine to malfunction and drain the evil energy from his Dino Gym. Early in the show, we saw just how much, not disdain, but how much compassion was just not present for Trent on Mercer's end, and how much of a bad parent he seemed to be. But this moment only proved just how much he actually cared for him, the strength to overcome a monster holding him down to prevent his son from being destroyed for good.
I want you to go and use your powers for something good.
Go and help the other Rangers.
I can't fight against you.
I know you'll do what you have to do.
Now Trent has to find out how to help the Rangers without telling them about Mercer's secret identity and taking the life of his father in the process. Oh my lord, this writing just got kind of fire out of nowhere.
Super Dino Mode!
Then, in the same way Connor achieved Super Dino Mode at the brink of losing against the White Ranger, Trent unlocks it after overcoming the power of the evil Dino Gem, and I got out of my seat and screamed. This is how Super Dino Mode should have been handled for every single Ranger. Connor got it, and I guess technically you could say he unlocked it for the core 3 altogether. Tommy's falls in line with my prevailing opinion on how it should have worked too, but we just haven't gotten there yet. But I love that this is how they chose to go about the power-up. It feels so rewarding. Zeltrax is then able to clone the White Ranger into a fully evil being, but then also uses pieces of that to create the Pterosaurus, which ends up being one of the most destructive monsters to ever grace the show. By the way, Zeltrax loves Elsa. I don't want this video to be going back and forth all over the place, so I might as well mention it now.
Nice hair.
We learned that his nickname was Smitty. He applied for a job at Mercer's company along with Tommy. Mercer picked Tommy. Smitty got into an accident and was found by Mesogog, who turned him into this robot thing. What does that have to do with him loving Elsa? Literally nothing, but he hates Tommy for 2 reasons now. 1, he stole his job, and 2, he accidentally stole his woman. That's important, and it needed to be mentioned. All right, we're moving on. Trust becomes a massive word in this series when a new power-up comes into play. Connor's trust in others, or lack thereof, becomes a big point of contention. After the White Ranger is cloned, he still lashes out at Trent for literally just existing, and it comes to a bigger head when Dr. O needs Trent for something and doesn't ask Connor or the others for help. This thing ends up being a new power-up for Connor, the Triassic Shield of Triumph, that couldn't be unearthed without Trent's specific Dino Gem power. Trent and Dr. O put in a lot of work raising it from behind a waterfall where it lay dormant, while the Rangers had to fight off the Pterosaur.
We can handle this.
Okay, but the minute things get ugly, we call for backup.
Sure, let's do it. We'll call the Zords from here.
This is probably the biggest beatdown the Rangers have had since the White Ranger, which is really fitting. Trusting in Trent and Dr. O, and then needing Kira and Ethan to entrust their dino powers to him in order to power the shield grants the Triassic Ranger. And look man, I love it. I just wish we got to see it in action more out in the field instead of this weird CGI world. Triassic is sick, but most of the time he's always fighting in a green screen realm, and it kind of cheapens it a tiny bit, but I don't know, that's just me. Kira trusts a record producer to give her a new look for her music without him trusting her opinion and that she literally hates it.
Haley, can you play this?
I will. Connor! Is that pop garbage?
At the end, she's like, I trust you guys to know who I am, and I'm not letting anyone tell me who I'm supposed to be. And they're like, yeah, you're already pretty cool. You should already know that. And I'm just sitting here going like, okay. But every time old girl tried to tell y'all she was doing stuff, y'all kept blowing her off. Pause.
She's single. Believe she was Cleopatra in another life. Loves to paint portraits of snakes.
That makes sense, historically.
Sounds like a perfect match to me.
Look man, right after White Thunder, Dino Thunder kind of falls off a tiny bit, and then it's gradually picking itself up as time goes along. There's certain episodes that I just can't really stand, such as, again, Bully for Ethan and Burning at both ends. But for the most part, it does its best to try and stay on track. There are certain things that hinder the story, like the White Ranger in the Super Sentai series staying evil for a lot longer than Dino Thunder had him being, so they had to, that's the reason the clone exists, which is really funny. But this is where things really start picking up, and I'm excited for the next part. Again, like I love this series a lot, I really do, and the series that I'm doing. It's a lot of fun, and look, it's Dino Thunder. How can you, who doesn't, I don't know how to end this. Alexander, Amanda, Austin, Autistic Disney, Chaco, Daniel, Emilia, Gwen, Helen, Ian, Jake, Luke, Manny, Matt, Prima Donna, Thomas.